in Valorant. We're broadcasting it from the Boise State Esports Arena, and tonight we are starting off with a best-of-3 showdown between the Eels and the Jellyfish, beginning on Ascent. I'm your host, Artie Rain, joined on desk by Jacob Palmer. So we have some insider insight, and by that I mean we know who the captains are for these two teams. What are your thoughts about both of them going into this show match?
So we've got Kinetic and Avian who are going to be serving as team captains for today, and I really think that this is an opportunity for maybe kind of Esports Tower higher-ups to try to see who's going to step into a leadership role. Normally when you have a player who has been there in the program for a long time and has a very high skill level, then you might try to start them, putting them in a team captain role, and that's what they've been placed in for today. They're going to be the team captains for their respective teams. So that just doesn't come. So that's going to test not just their gameplay ability and their overall talent, but is going to test their communication ability, the ability to refocus their team, being able to keep team mentals up and devise a goal and keep their team's minds on it.
Hopefully the group that they are leading into these matches does agree with these captain selections and follows the commands of their captains, because sometimes selected leadership can lead to some road bumps. But for today's teams in total, you can see that we have eels, gators, mammoths, crocodiles, jellyfish, and lynx all over the place with the animal themes here now with Esports Tower. I'm here for it. And for those who are new, eels, gators, relatively newer teams, jellyfish as well, crocodiles, but mammoths and lynx definitely have been here for quite some time in the Esports Tower Rumble. Unfortunately, we won't be able to watch them today, as we get to focus on just two teams for now. Excited to see what they bring to the table. But for these two captains and those who are playing, we have some important words of advice coming in the forms of Doc's Keys to the Game, and definitely make sure that your team follows these because they're very important. They're presented today by Esports Tower. They are flank effectively, spend and peek wisely, count cards, call abilities, and click heads. Score pro advice at esportstower.com, where you can improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up.
We're going to kick off game one with Avian versus Kinetic in a showdown on Ascent. That is Eels versus Jellyfish. So two of the newer teams that we were talking about going to have their ability to show their talent and overall how good they are at this game. And also Avian and Kinetic, two newly formed teams, two new captains. So we're going to see how well they do with their first time at the helm, so to speak.
Best of luck to everyone that's going to be playing in this matchup. Oh my gosh, that jellyfish looks quite angry.
He certainly does, yeah, but I can't necessarily say both of them look necessarily thrilled.
Here.
All right, Eels versus Jellyfish. We're going to start out with Dark moving up toward mid-take, trying to take a peek through the smoke, but might just wait that out. And everyone is moving on up through Catwalk and Jellyfish.
Interesting that they managed to do that without taking any sort of damage or anyone being aware, but I think the side of the Eels are actually prepared for the Jellyfish to go to A. They completely backed off and planned on this rotation. Coaches have actually told us that the Eels have been working on strategizing and getting into enemy rotations and making other teams uncomfortable with aggressive style play. It looks like that's exactly what they're doing, because they have now surrounded the side of the Jellyfish. Though the Jellyfish are starting to back off, one's walking towards Catwalk. I'm not positive the side of the Eels are fully prepared for that.
Kikkonen is going to take a double to put the Jellyfish at a slight disadvantage. They do manage to get the plant down, so they can work on post-plant, but not if Dark takes Avian out. That's going to be the first spike, most likely defused, as Kikkonen picks up their triple. And 1-0, defending team strikes first.
Prescott did manage to take out Happy at the very end, but with that being said, still one in favor of the Jellyfish, and Eels are now going to have to hopefully play and get another. It looks like we might have to take a quick tech pause as Happy disconnected. Looks like they had their game crash, and they returned very quickly. Most likely the disconnect happened after they got killed.
Most likely, so they had some time to log back in. One thing I do want to point out is that even though these teams are kind of technically new, we do see a lot of kind of veteran names here that we've seen before. Kikkonen, Typhlotic, all of them. These are well-seasoned Esports Tower players.
Looks like Jellyfish are prepared for a default push. We're just trying to get intel. We have Jets stacked in mid, as well as 2 on A and 2 on B. Smokes are down, and this should tell the fact that they're looking to go through Garage, and Kinetic is going to run away. I think they got some peek onto Tiles, but didn't exchange fire. We can see one player has taken some damage to the side of the Eels. Secrets is going to use possibly another Shock Dart to try and get a little bit of extra chip damage. Conan looking down at Tiles, trying to do a quick jiggle peek. There is some firing squad posted up if he does peek too far, but they are going to be safe. Flashbang goes out, and they are now in a very sticky situation to get out scot-free, though, just getting suppressed, but they're going to be aggressing onto Kikonen very fast. So Kikonen should turn tail and run here, but decided to go for a couple extra points, and Dark actually takes down 2.
Molly's going to keep most of the team at bay, and that allows Jellyfish to just tear right through them, including a quick shot by Kinetic on the shorty. Eels now just have 2 left. Do manage to get the peek. Monkey is able to get Happy and also Secrets. Answered back by a Marshall. It's just Monkey left against the world, and gets taken out by Kikonen on a nice flashbang around the corner.
That is another defuse for the Jellyfish. I guess their strategy is heavily relying on going for the post-plant retake, and Kikonen has actually been preparing their team for most of these situations and has been the master strategist, so perhaps Kikonen is more comfortable with retake than trying to force and prevent them from taking the point to begin with.
Immediately, this kind of split out the entire team as Monkey was caught out from the rest, that Molly just was able to kind of isolate their main player and allow the Jellyfish to kind of move in and take out the Eels without having to worry about their top fragger.
I'm a huge proprietor for the shorty.
It's exciting. What else is exciting, you know? A Bucky is no shorty, but it's also exciting. We'll see if Secrets can manage to do some work on it.
I'm more concerned about Avian's Odin buy here.
Yeah, it's a bit it's a bit much, I would say.
For round 3, it's a little
An attack.
a little heavy.
Maybe that's his comfort weapon. You never know.
I'm one of those people that's like, I only buy Ops and Odins after round 2. And then you turn your team's economy into garbage if you die and everyone dies with heavy guns.
Hey, some people just have expensive tastes.
That's true.
All right, Kinect's going to find himself smoked off, so he's just going to run right through it and take out Monkey. Typhlotic trades it back with a pick onto Dark. Move back for a peek up through mid. No, I don't know if they know.
The Odin.
He still has it. He hasn't dropped it, which is the main victory that we can count so far. Happy. Great.
Oh, there it is. It's dropped.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see if someone picks it up.
And we got a Bucky. Secrets with the Bucky. Are you going to be able to pick anyone up here right after jumping from boxes? There's 2. Oh, there's 2. Yeah.
Spike down B.
A double basically used both shots to their full abilities.
10 seconds left.
Bucky Gaming, and we got some jiggle peeking happening from Marcus. 2v1, the swing and peek defenders come out on top.
I know the Bucky isn't technically a double barrel shotgun, but you know, it fits more thematically. You do the 2 shots, that's when you crack it, you let the shells fly out, and you feel like a boss.
You can see this very bold peek through the smokes, turned out to favor the Jellyfish, as well as the double Bucky shot.
Oh, you were talking about people who buy either Odins or Ops, and we've got the other side of that equation. Kinetic now going for the Op.
Right here.
Okay, that's acceptable. They're a Jet. A Jet buying an Op.
Sure, yeah.
The Op crutch comes strong. I get it. I won't judge. But I'm still judging. Ooh, nice one-way coming out from Dark. I'm still going to judge that Odin buy.
My ultimate is ready.
And trade 1-to-1. Both teams are going to be kept at 4.
Lots of util being dropped over here on site A. Owl is going to come out, not sight anyone because of the smoke, but Avian did manage to see one. HMR is going to pick up 2. Rainbow's going to pick 2, and now it's a 2v2. Jet has taken a lot of damage. They do still have the operator, though. We hear doors closing. Rainbow's gonna swap guns. Has a Phantom now, which is fine for the close range. If they're going to be sticking around here towards Jet, possibly trying to get underneath.
Oh my goodness.
Redkin, Marshall trumps the op. That's crazy.
Oh, okay, Happy is up to a 1-on-1, and this isn't just for the round, but I think conceivably if they're able to defuse, they might be able to hop back up and grab that op. So there's a lot of credits at stake.
Uh-oh.
Swings around. No. That's unfortunate.
And now Rainbow gets a free op.
If he, you know what, maybe, you know, it's the simple things in life, really. Sometimes you don't need to pick up the op.
Maybe they were like, hey, does anyone want an op? And they're like, goodness, no.
He was like, anyone want an op? And Avian answered back, that's not an Odin. I wanted an Odin, not an op. Hey, look, he buys himself an Odin. So I was...
You read that human being's mind. But you could see the issue with buying such an expensive gun. Now, Jet has to rely on actually getting another kill or getting an orb. Because they will not have any money. They don't have enough to buy anything. They could buy util. That was it. They are using a classic. Because we got lockdown. It is going to force defenders out or force them into the back corner in the, towards the back of sight. You can see one little corner that is still open. After one frag, though, they're going to back off.
Rainbow taking out Happy. Also, could be a very nice flank by Kinetic on the knives. Problem is that he wants to initially take this one-on-one at a time. A weapon drop, but Kinectic's already got the knives. Oh, unfortunate peek out. Yeah, that puts Kinetic in a really difficult spot.
Okay, all right, Avian, I see you. They sprayed through the wall, which, you know, wall bangs in this game are a thing. I always seem to forget that, but it worked. They managed to pick up the Jet and send them to the shot.
At least the reason you would want the op worked out here. The classic op strategy of firing through on B. That actually paid dividends for the Eels. And I guess if it's good for one, it's good for another. The Jellyfish now have their own Odin holder.
I'll be completely honest.
Keep up.
As a Sage player, I have like waited and and walled outside garage for B site for when I heard them, and then just dropped down and sprayed with an Odin. But I'm not a Sova player.
Sova players definitely have a fondness for the Odin. Dark just kind of waiting for the right moment to peek out here. He's caught himself with two smokes. Jet 1 fades out.
Spike planted.
Everyone from the Eels is still alive as they plan, so that's a big improvement for them. They're running on the last round. Gonna try a wall bane, or in this case, a floor bane, but there's no one down there. There is the Omen down there, but he's at an angle they can't reach him. They have to swing around and take him out like that.
Unfortunately, Jet was caught in trading out guns. Now we are in a 2v2, theoretically speaking.
Oh, the Odin clutch.
Avian, let's go. Show me what you got. Oven v Odin. Sova v Sova. Oh,
One enemy remaining.
sorry, secrets.
There they are.
There you
They're not
go.
gonna get the defuse, and that spike is very... Oh wait, never mind. Yeah, Jellyfish are all dead. There ain't no way they're defusing that.
Double Odin. I didn't know they like to live this dangerously. Apparently there's just a certain vibe in the air. I do love this Odin clutcher. Both of them. 1, 2, and that's a happy Sova.
Alright, it looks like we got one Odin by.
Beat them back.
Oh, we're going full save for the side of the Jellyfish because they are trying to get their econ back in their favor. It's going to be rough. All of them with Sheriff's nice one way, but Dark, you should be aware that there is a full-blown firing squad about to round that corner. Yeah, back away this time.
Dark is going to retreat, move up to heaven. Smoked off again.
Chill, just chill.
Trying a few blind shots through, and that does a lot more damage to him than anyone else.
Jellyfish are down their
Spike
KO.
planted.
Secret's coming in with a gaming moment. We'll have to see if they can pick up anything. We hear that Odin spraying from somewhere. Molly comes out onto high ground from KO for the Eels. Everyone's just kind of trying to live while getting it, taking as little damage as possible. There's 3 stacks in hell. Avian gets 2, Rainbow gets 1. Secrets does manage to pick up Typhlotic. but long-range Bucky fire into an Odin ain't gonna work out in your favor.
So the save round feels kind of standard, as you would expect. No one really had that much luck on the Sheriff, but now it's full ARs for the Jellyfish. The chance to bring this up pretty equally. The good news for the Eels is because all these rounds, these last 4 rounds have kind of been victories in a row, that means they brought themselves up to a pretty steady credit bank. So losing a Odin here, not going to be as big of a deal as it would have been a few rounds ago.
No, but I'm still gonna judge.
Shadows traveling.
We had a KO, well, not a KO. an
Oh,
Odin.
there's the Odin play. Oh, but that Sova isn't finding anything.
Yikes. You gotta spray the entire length of the wall, not just one spot. You can see the hole. You could see where he was spraying. We have a repeat of what happened on Ascent last week. Do you remember that moment over near tiles?
You know, I was trying to forget it, but you just
You're
know,
welcome.
gave me a bad flashback. So I thought I'd gotten past the part in my life.
I'm sorry. I like to stir the pot. Oh no. Hi, Dark.
Just one peek around with the Owl Drone. My goodness, he's teleporting away, but only has 16 health.
How? I don't understand how he took that much damage. I believe he actually used his ult to get out of there. He did.
I think they just tossed a swarm grenade in there and took him down to there, and he just teleported out in time.
Okay, they should know where that body is to be spraying it, but they
player
chose not
standing.
to. Okay, they did. Thank goodness.
It's just
Sorry,
one left
Rainbow.
for the Eels. Haven't gotten the plant down, and they take him out with Happy, tidying things up in Garden.
Nice job, Jellyfish. We are tied 4-side. I am
Oh
interested.
no, this is personal now. He picked up Avian's
get this?
Odin. I mean, Avian can buy his own now, but this is a battle of pride now.
Yeah, that's a little devious.
Can I get this?
We got Happy begging for a weapon because they picked up the Odin for the Sova, and Sova is non-responsive right now. Sorry, Happy.
You got distracted by the big shiny Gatling gun. You have to live with your consequences.
Scanning
your
ahead.
your actions have consequences.
Placing sentry.
Okay, secrets. This time, if we go for wall bangs, don't just shoot one spot. I know you can't hear me, but I'm trying to ESP these instructions to you.
Also, try not to get hit with the owl dart. That's
Yeah. I figured that was a little too much to ask. Medic going in through tiles through the smoke. Oh. I really hope you don't come face to face with Avian first. Oh, you were gonna. Oh, they know you're there.
I already take more than
Back
half.
off. Just back off.
Take him out of his shields down to 65 health.
Revealing
Now, location dart's going to be thrown out. We'll see if it gets any
Found
pings. Does, so he knows where Kinetic is, and this isn't a safe spot actually because of this Odin. But he's not.
One spot.
Yikes. My ult's ready.
Spike down mid.
What you were talking about why you just don't want to shoot in just one spot.
Last player standing.
Especially when you don't get any audio cues for the hits landing.
30
Why are you
seconds
continuing
left.
to spray one spot?
Well, that's another round won by the Jellyfish in this.
Are we gonna see there? Yep, you can see the marks run slowly faded away on the right side. This is why,
Turn out.
dear viewers who are watching,
Coming back. Out
you
of
don't
charges.
just shoot one spot.
Turn out.
Placing swarm grenade.
Alarm
This
bot
means that the Eels,
Placing swarm
when I
grenade.
saw their credits, they got one more full buy, but after this, I don't think they can continue
peeks
on
now.
with their Odin-heavy strategy.
There's now 2 Odin sitting over by B Garage.
Teleport over by Dark. He manages to move.
You're gonna get spotted out again.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
Oh, it's blinded. That was huge. Nice drop from the KO, but Dark still goes down.
Trade 1 for 1. Most of the Eels seem to be making the decision to go through A. We do have a Jet up in heaven, keeping an eye over everything. Trying to do a few jump peeks, maybe bait out a shot or two.
Yeah, I'm just wondering when these two Odins are gonna come in,
Cover
possibly
going out.
produce a crossfire, but it looks like they're both just gonna go to heaven, which is an interesting choice.
Stealing sight.
Moves across. Isn't going to pay for it, actually.
Taking wine, I understand, especially after we had the other Omen sitting there dark for quite a couple of rounds back to back, but that Omen's dead.
Looks like they might be trying to keep their options open and maybe do a rotation,
30
but I
seconds
mean,
left.
they only have 30 seconds left. They can't rotate at this point. They don't have the time. They got to commit to A.
They're about to commit into some very, very heavy crossfire, but Avian can spray back suppressive fire, in the words of a very
Placing
popular
sentry.
adult animation cartoon character.
10 seconds
He
left.
gets taken down to around 80 health.
Right here.
Killjoy's going to be thrown down,
Oh
and
gosh,
Reskin
he's gonna
clears
get a
out
teammate.
happy.
He's gonna get a teammate.
Oh, he was playing dangerous there
One
for sure.
enemy
Kinetic
remaining.
picks up a double. Secrets with the wallbang onto Rainbow.
One enemy
Should just
remaining.
about do it. Oh, but the Odins! The Odin triple
Good thing I was with
clutch.
you.
Avian is the better serial impersonator. His suppressive fire actually found targets.
Nice job, Avian. That's going to tie it back up to 5 apiece.
I really, really thought here that that Sova was going to kill one of their teammates because they were right in the line of that Hunter's Fury.
It was a nice, delicate dance that they played and were able to avoid total disaster.
There.
Never feels good when you take out a teammate with your Hunter's Fury.
Placing
We've
sentry.
seen it
I
a couple times.
I have saved up all these ultimate points just to take my own team out.
I got one.
Oh no, wait.
Ooh, nice pop flash. Kinetic can find one. As this keeps going in, Kinetic finds another. Tailwind comes out, gets him out of garage. No spray fire into the garage, though, despite how much they can do it. Avian. There we go, Avian. You kind of spread it out a little bit. Proud of you. Oh, we're finally dropping the Odin. This is a change of pace for Avian.
This is what I call character growth. Although Kinetic has taken out. So maybe go back to the Odin. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Flawless for the Jellyfish. The chance to take it to 7 and 5 facing the half. The majority of the players still have their ultimates available. So, considering the half that they got to spend all their money and have so many utilities available, I would say that this next round could be the most chaotic we've seen thus far.
Kinetic almost went down in this exchange. At one point, they end up with a sliver of health, but they still managed to survive, which is huge. And as you mentioned,
Placing swamp grenade.
coming out on top again for the Jellyfish.
Get out of my way.
Definitely going to put them at a huge advantage.
Secret's just waiting just on the other end of the fish market. Isn't firing at all. Oh, he's going to wait for the Hunter's Fury, and that's going to be able to take out the Killjoy as well with Rainbow on top of that. Talk about getting your money's worth for an ultimate. That's a great hold by the Jellyfish.
Lockdown and a player. That's huge.
Monkey is standing on the other end of the main door. Is going to throw down the smoke just to maybe retreat and group up with his team. Problem is that the time he did that, Dark came back with
Three-piece!
a triple flank from behind. Eels didn't know what hit him, and the Jellyfish now go up
Switching
2.
sides.
Their backs will be towards at least one
Might
of
be able to get an
us.
opportunity to see the dart come through at the back of Fish Market here. There's the 3 posted up, and here comes Dark.
Yeah, none of them are even checking that angle at all. I didn't really know what the strategy was for the Eels there, because it didn't seem like they were committing to rotate or committing to go in on main. It seemed like, you know, they were playing a game of looking at each other, and maybe inspiration will come to us.
Yeah, it seemed a little bit like Typhlotic after his 2 teammates went down was like, what killed you? And there was like, oh, that's what killed you.
Now, in the second half, Jellyfish off to a good start. Might just be going into charge. Oh, and they're gonna force the tailwind out. Now Now they move on toward A.
Blocking sight.
No one's taking any sidelines right now on A, so it's wide open for them to plant.
Kinetic and Dark both rush in, use a lot of util to do so, but that's fine. See that we've got some fellow Frenzy enjoyers in here. Avian rotating slowly. The KJ bot is down,
Enemy down.
and Kigonin goes down, probably not realizing that their teammate was out of range of the KJ bot. So whoopsies.
Abby doing his best to try to maintain this point. Kinetic might have given a bit more
Player
life.
standing.
Over to the Jellyfish with the double. Him and Dark, a tag team, both picking up a double. Get the Jellyfish their first win in the second half.
8-5, definitely not out of the cards to still see an overtime. I am never ever doubting that we could see an overtime in any of these esports tower games, especially. I hate to bring back some dark memories for you again, Jacob, after we saw the tragedy that was Game 1 last week, where a team went on an 8-round losing streak after being at match point at the start of the half.
Don't talk to me about overtimes. I broadcasted a 15-minute overtime
I
in
won't
Rocket
lose
League
you all
yesterday,
again.
so
I'm sorry.
let's not have that again. My constitution is already whittled down enough. Charge in quick from Kinetic. He takes the sideline towards Garden and is able to win his match against the other Jet. But look at Rainbow making it happen with the Classic, putting the Eels back up to a one-person advantage.
Spike
Ooh,
planted.
Oh, well.
They just missed each other.
Oh, gets to see the teleport animation. But everything's still a bit too long range. Now if he were to move in now, he'd be able to take out Tegan and goes. Oh, isn't even able to get one shot out. The Spectre is just going to do its job as well as the Shock Dart. Now we're at 9-5. Jellyfish.
This is an opportunity for the Eels, though, to start Avian.
My goodness. He has a choice here, too. He could either go with the Odin, but have to settle for small shields, or make do right now with the Ares.
You know, how bad would it be? I mean, he could buy a Vandal. He could buy a Phantom and full shield.
He wants his own.
Shutting them down. For surprise.
Oh my gosh!
That is a very effective knife. It's going to force the rotation out immediately by Avian.
A little bit of Bucky gaming again. We got some smokes going down through mid. It's headed towards market. Happy finds Rainbow. We're going to have more smokes. Here's the goal, Avian. Don't get spotted out by the owl. Good job.
Oh, if they do not check this angle, it should be... oh, my goodness. That is the fuse and a bomb right there.
Conan was ready, but we have a one-way from the
Oh,
Jet.
no. Kinetic
planted.
picks up Avian's prized Odin
Oh, no.
and
That's
shows
so
him
evil! That is so
how to
evil!
use it by taking out Typhlotic.
That Kinetic did end up going down. Though I never once thought I'd see an
Bot coming
Odin
back.
during a tailwind moment. That was interesting to look at.
Well, we won't see it again for a long time, but... oh, my...
Placing sentry.
That's a jump scare if there ever was one. Monkey going at it with a double, but it's going to be kept at bay. Killjoy doing Killjoy things, just stalling out this spike, and not
Last
enough time
player
left.
Standing. One enemy remaining.
3.
Oh, monkey mode goes down with the ship.
Look for my shadows. They will hide you.
That was an unfortunate moment there, too. Maybe just a little bit more forethought. If you could maybe shoot the spike, you know, get all that util out of the way, I think you would have had enough time.
I mean, there's a KJ. I think it's pretty standard practice to do post-plant lineups by just dropping storm grenades around it.
At this moment, yeah, he had the decision of whether he wanted to try to get out or just try to have an honorable death, and managed to take one out before the spike detonated, so not the worst. Oh my, I thought for sure that would hit.
Me
It
too.
was just a few pixels off to the left.
Ooh, Reskin goes down to Kinetic.
Flash. Oh, that's such a well-timed flash.
Decent chunk of damage taken off of Jet, but Kinetic still is standing. Let's see which Jet's going to be left alive at the end of the round. As we have
Spike
going to get the plant.
Shock dart.
Thrown out over the wall. Oh!
Brother.
Kikkonen not knowing what he walks
Last
into.
player standing.
Avian wants to use a
enough.
machine
My
gun by
enemy
any
had-
means necessary. He's on the... he was on the Ares and might have made something happen with it, but I think he's kind of got an obsession that needs to be talked about right now, because now doesn't seem like the time to be experimenting with the Odin.
Yeah, no, Mark. I'm not. Yeah, I'm 100% on your side. We do have monkey mode buying an operator.
Well, it is the other Jet, so
Very
can
similar
definitely
to-
make things happen with it. Thing is like, Avian's been buying this Odin every single round. And considering that the Jellyfish are more than content to just run A every single time, they're thwarting his entire strategy every single time.
Just a little bit. A little difference this time, though, of the Jet buying the operators. Instead of staying on A Heaven, they're actually peeking from mid, which they're not going to see anything. Surprise, surprise.
Secret's waiting out that initial dart. Avian also has his lineup with the dart.
You should run.
I don't exactly know how you hold down Heaven with an Odin, but okay.
Make it work. You make it work.
Dark takes out Typhlotic. That's going to leave just Avian. He can't even fire.
Right here.
Spike
Bro.
planted.
There's no one there.
What have we talked about?
Okay, he gets a view
Right
of a
here.
lot of people with that owl drone.
Little more. Oh my gosh! You've got a gun that literally is built around spraying and praying, and you fire in a straight line.
Oh, and Avian
One enemy
gets
remaining.
taken. I don't think that
Flawless.
Odin worked too well.
No
Free up.
charges left.
Free up for Kinetic.
Match point.
Well, at this
Can we
point,
have a blooper reel with all of these moments where we've had players fire through walls at one spot, literally just a couple inches in the wrong direction?
yeah, this is how you don't use an Odin.
This is how you don't wallbang.
Avian's decided to give up, but at the same time he's given up on the machine gun. Rainbow was saying, you know what, I think I can maybe make something happen
Oh
on the
my
Ares.
gosh. So the virus is not gone, it's just spread to someone else.
Oh, that's a big bolt for Avian. It's too bad the time that they finally rush B, he actually doesn't have the Odin. It's
He's
just,
too broke.
well, that's just how life works out sometimes. Oh my
Spike
goodness.
Oh, why did you just back off and reload?
Blocking sight.
Kinetic moving in, trying to pick up the spike, is going to be able to get
Last
away
player
and
standing.
plant.
Plant points at least. Plant points. Let's go.
Planted. Get out of my way.
And is going to bring out the knives.
Last player standing.
Oh, that's dirty.
That was so close. That was actually really nice to see.
Gun here.
Typhlotic, are you gonna grab the operator? Is that you asking if a teammate wants it? Are you gonna take it back for your Jet? If you don't give it to Jet, I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed in your behavior.
So Avian now has 3,800 credits, which
Avian.
I think it's just enough.
Wait. Did I see a second op buy? This was actually fabulous, but I really swapped into the secondary. Not the play. I see an Odin. I don't know who has it though.
It's him. He's back on his comfort pick. Of course, just when he decides to use it, he's trying to hold down mid with an Odin. Which, okay,
Any questions?
okay.
I am the hunter.
Okay, that's a bit more long range. I can, well,
All in one spot again.
yeah, it just doesn't. I have a lot of questions.
You and me both, and I think they're gonna remain unanswered.
I don't know, was this... That is not a long-range gun.
No.
I have no idea what I'm watching right now. Did this recent promotion captain go to his head? And think,
Or did it break his head?
I'm captain now. I can make the Odin work.
Maybe it comes with special powers that we are unaware of.
Well, if the special power is dropping it every single time, then hey, it's worked out fabulously.
Shade has been thrown. Holy cow.
Just one round left for the Jellyfish, and they will have picked up the win in this round 3, or this best of 3.
30 seconds left.
They've got 30 seconds to make this happen.
Monkey gonna try to take a wall banging nose kick, and it's there, and is able to get him.
Can they find a second?
Spike planted.
Secrets with the shorty, no less, on the Rainbow. It's back down to 2 apiece.
Initiated.
Lockdown's gonna go out. They do have enough time theoretically to capture both of these people.
And he knows exactly where the lockdown is. Trying to take it out. Kinetic with the op. Can they get away, though? No, they can't. They're both detained.
Last player standing.
What?
Oh, no!
Check your angles!
Oh! I thought almost you might have survived.
Ooh, I think we have just enough time to get this defuse. Yep, we do.
Clutch. I had to focus for a second.
Well, I've certainly seen more than my fair share of interesting moments this game.
Dude, I really, really think we need to add back check your angles to Doc's keys. Hey, Doc, are you hearing me?
I have no idea. We might just be screaming into the void at this point.
Truly.
Avian, what have we talked about? Have you learned anything?
I give up. I give up. What's the definition of insanity again, Jacob?
Trying the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Monkey is going to dash away after missing that initial op shot.
Okay, you know Typhlotic is going in.
I love it.
Yes! Oh, not so yes.
All right, Avian trying to hold things up. Okay, you got one. Question is, was it worth it? Is he going to make it worth it? No.
Yikes. 2v2. We've got an Ares and we've got a Stinger. Door is down. Alarm. Turret is up. Down for Happy.
Last player standing.
Happy's down.
Thing is, the spike has been down for a lot more time here, so with this Hunter's Fury, Jellyfish might just be able to hold it on time.
Nowhere to run.
Yep, he's going to clear them off of it.
Last
Get
player
ahead.
standing.
There's only one left.
It's half done.
Imagine if I died.
Half, he's got to
Pros
peek around.
don't fake. Pros don't fake.
That's going to do it for the Jellyfish, as they are going to be able to win round 1.
You know, Jacob, going at it alone can only get you so far. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills.
You have to drop the Odin first.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can still see how talented players like Avian are, even if they do favor the Odin a little too heavily. But Esports Tower really takes the time to create teams of well-matched teammates. So I'd like to do a shout-out to Coach Halter. And for those of you watching who haven't checked out the Esports Tower Club, you definitely should. It's a fast track to help you rank up and possibly get addicted to using an Odin.
Coach Halter, please have a conversation with the players.
Send help.
We're very concerned here.
Please send help. With that being said, that's the end of our first map. This is a best of 3, so we are going to go into another one. Game 1, Jellyfish. Will the next one go over to the Eels? Well, stick around and find out. We'll be back here in just a few minutes.
Home is where you hang your hat, snuggle up, hide out. Home is when you're with the ones you love. It isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. At Idaho Central Credit Union, our home is Idaho. We grew up here, and we're proud to help more Idahoans with their home loan than any other financial institution. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe home is where you make it.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by. Here in Idaho, we do things a little differently. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. Next, always use fry sauce. I mean, why wouldn't you? Hold steady when out-of-state friends think you're from Iowa. We call it pop, not soda. We always put a lift on our pickups. And we always buckle up because we still have a lot we want to do, and I'm guessing you do too.
Broadcast the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We're broadcasting from the Boise State Esports Arena. The Eels and the Jellyfish are heading on to Haven as the Eels are hoping to extend the series to a Game 3, while the Jellyfish are looking to sweep. I'm still your host, Artie Rain, joined by Jacob Palmer. And Jacob, I think you can agree with me on this one. We're kind of tired of the Odins.
We are. Maybe this new change to Haven might bring about something new. I do have to say, it's kind of interesting that we're going with the kind of the classics, the OGs in terms of the stages. We're starting out of Ascent, now moving on to Haven. So most of the stuff that was available at launch, I mean, they're classics for a reason, and we'll see how these teams do on it.
That's true. I'm just hoping we don't end up seeing Bind later.
No, we don't see the third classic stage.
I don't like Bind. I really don't. But nonetheless, I digress because we do need to take a moment. Despite their weird decisions choosing Odins, these players actually have done some fantastic things, not only academically, but also in the realm of esports. So we want to congratulate these students, all from the Esports Tower Club members who've graduated and have been offered scholarships across the country. Over the last year, Esports Tower Club members have received over $4.5 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but have worked hard academically to earn these scholarship opportunities. We could not be more excited and proud to see all of these chances that these players are getting.
And just how do you play well enough to be considered for a scholarship, Artie?
Well, that's in the form of following Doc's keys to the game in Valorant, which do come from Doc. I hope he has adjusted them. I doubt he has. But with that being said, Doc's keys to the game in Valorant, which are presented to us by Esports Tower, are flank effectively, check your angles, count cards, call abilities, click heads, and from Jacob and Artie, if you're going to wallbang, don't do it in just one spot. Score pro advice at esportstower.com, where you can improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up.
I will also say it's kind of easier to click heads on a weapon that doesn't have as huge a spread, you know, in a very accurate rep, and say, you know, you can one tap with a Vandal or maybe an Op, but you know, with the Odin it's just a little bit harder.
Yeah, especially when you're using a weapon that's meant to spray and pray. Give it a couple more seconds, and then maybe a few more inches to the left and right. Just our advice, right? And with that being said, we're about to hop into Haven, as we mentioned earlier, so best of luck to both these teams. Can the Eels bring us back, or are the Jellyfish going to close us out and not force a map 3? We'll have to wait and see. How many rounds it's going to take? I don't know. We've seen some very, very close games that were no longer close or that became way too close for comfort. So it's up to the 10 players that we're about to see load into this map. And we're getting some great cinematic view here.
It's also a very interesting question to ask. You know, it's a great prediction to make before we see Haven. How many times do you think we'll actually see B be planted? Because, I mean, it's not normal, but sometimes teams catch each other off guard with it.
I'm going to say 3 times.
Alrighty, we'll see. Right now it looks like everyone's starting on kind of the preferred point, which is A. A whole bunch of charge. Are you kidding me?
That paint grenade was huge! Holy cow!
Well, alright then. Raze is here to play.
Oh, my nuggets. We can see a replay of it, I think, here. This was evil.
Just one throw and
Wow! Holy McNuggets. Everyone went down like lemmings.
aiming's overrated.
Yeah.
You know.
That is like a highlight, pin it on the top of your Twitter moment.
All right, they're gonna try now with me. Everyone is just bunching up and charging at each other.
This is a level of blitzing that I'm not used to.
Okay, this is an Ares, and I'm still concerned actually very much.
One enemy remaining.
Kinetic with a shorty though, doing work. I mean, first the paint shells, now a shorty triple.
Rainbow has the Ares, looking to catch them out of rotation, tries to wallbang through boxes. I think Rainbow might have gotten a little bit of damage done to the Jet. Now, Sova and Jet are about half health. I think we can agree on that, right? That's about half?
Yeah, I don't know why you take this particular route though. Is the problem with an Ares?
Especially because like the other team can just walk away.
Flashbang.
He's gonna flashbang. This is such a long distance to travel with a machine gun.
Fragment.
You know, Rainbow, credit where credit is due. We did have a moment last week where we had someone stand there and no one checked it, and we saw everyone fall down after Congo lining in through point. I appreciate the wall banging as well, but you should probably understand the fact that they realize what gun you have and aren't standing.
To be honest, he actually played that pretty well with the bait. I mean, he tried to get his crosshair placement all lined up.
He did.
As soon as he baited them out, it's just Ares didn't come through for him. And I think there might be a lesson in there to learn. Just maybe.
You can't see us, but we just definitely had the cheekiest grins on our face saying when Jacob said that.
This is actually pretty huge because now that it's tied 1 apiece, that's going to mean that the traditional bonus rules that we are aware of don't necessarily apply as much. Seals are forced onto a full purchase, having to charge forward with a bunch of
Shadows traveling.
classics and shorties. Rezkin. Oh. Gets a body shot, but that's not enough. Trap Supreme is now going to try again with the shorty. Well,
That was a misplay if I've ever seen one.
try to kind of throw them off with the blast pack, but okay. 1 shorty worked.
And now Avian has the Vandal. Also, Avian and Crunchwrap are on the Eels squad now, and Avian was the MVP of the fall. So can he lead his team to a game 3 here? Now that he is trying to help out the Eels after leading the Jellyfish to victory. Using the Fade. I love Fade. Mainly because I have a crush on it.
I would have thought there in that situation, Avian would have just, everyone's got a classic or a shorty. You get your 1 pick, you get a Vandal, maybe try to save it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
And it's, well, Eels would love to have a full purchase, but they can all get ARs, but they can't get full shields. 2 of them are going to have to settle for halves.
You know what? Half shields are underrated. You take a headshot from a Vandal, you're dead anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
I've turned to the dark side.
Mode still keeping an eye out. Everyone is pretty evenly spread out from the Eels. No major decision has been made on a route to take.
Not ready yet.
You know, I would almost think the Jellyfish, they're trying to decide, do they get smoked off through windows, so this makes their decision harder. And I think after the paint shells incident of round 1, they're a bit averse to A.
They don't want to have another moment like that. I get it, but this guy could be walking in with shield, so it's not as bad,
Oh, Crunchwrap! Crunchwrap!
I see you, Crunchwrap. Can you get the 3rd? Can you get another? Come on, this one's got to be the correct one. Yeah!
There you go.
And that spike.
Spike down mid.
Caught with your knife out. That's number 1 of the day.
Bring them down.
And I do have a notepad this time. I'm marking it down.
30 seconds left.
Eels have managed to keep the Jellyfish at bay, and they have very little time left. But I think this Killjoy can make it toward A and plant in time, and the Eels, unfortunately for them, are completely unaware. So the plant is going to go down. Smoke thrown out. Avian just might get caught with her knife out. Throws out a haunt. Oh my. Ikanen had such good crosshair placement, he just didn't realize it. Oh.
Battle of wits and Dark wins out.
Still a long way to go, however. Jellyfish have plenty of credits to spare, but once again, the Eels are going to be caught in an eco position.
You can see this play in through window, this blast pack, and then, oh, okay, production. I see you cutting it right before tragedy struck for Crunchwrap. Got a pretty heavy save. Like, I don't even see shields on the side of the Eels.
Do they all charge into a showstopper?
I'm hoping for it. I'm hoping for it. Aww.
No.
Crunchwrap. That's fine. They backed off anyway. We could have seen something huge and horrible at the same time.
Avian playing sneaky behind the garage doors with a shorty again.
Just patiently waiting.
Once again, we're kind of in a stare-off. More jump peeks from Crunchwrap. Trying to get any sort of acknowledgement, and meanwhile, very cautiously, Jellyfish have been making their way up through C long, and there's no one on C whatsoever. Everyone is so focused on, like, scaring them around the garage doors that they don't realize.
I'll find
Now
you.
they do. A lot of fire going through the smokes.
Look up, look up. Good job. Not so good job.
Planted.
Hey, you know, you managed to trade 1-for-1 with a shorty is never too bad of an outcome.
And it is a save round for them, so I guess the trade's fine.
Oh my, looked away at the wrong time. Walks into the swarm grenade. Peek around is going to get answered back with a shorty. Jellyfish now just taking advantage of those long-range rifles. Long sideline for C works out for them. They go up to 4-1.
You can see this exchange happening around boxes on
There.
point. C, we have yet to see anyone push B, and it might be out of the cards at this point as we're getting out of, you know, the pistol rounds. Both teams are no longer really going to be saving on
There.
round 5, I believe. I hope. We'll have to wait
There.
and see. Oh, sorry, round 6. I can count.
On and a smoke thrown out through window.
Spike down mid.
Wolbane on to Happy. Starts things off well for the Eels. They pushed up very far up in the central courtyard. Crunchwrap Supreme
Cover
kind of
going
taking a
out.
sneaky angle. He's gone up through window and might just try to flank them through A. That's a great nightfall. It hits just about everyone on the Jellyfish.
On a note from the coaches here, I'm not positive as to how maps are selected, so if we could get this intel from ET, that'd be fabulous.
Satchel out.
But, oh! I spoke too soon.
Player standing.
But according to the coaches, Haven is actually the best map for the Jellyfish. So if the Eels picked this as their let's bring it back in our favor map, I'm a little confused if that intel was actually, like, you know, pretty much known between both teams. So I wonder, are they preset maps, or is it like a pool, and then obviously map 1 is preset and then map 2 is picked by loser? I don't know.
We head into the bye phase for the next round. It's yet another save round for the Eels, so Jellyfish had a pretty good time, you know, last time using the advantage of the rifles to claim points like C, so maybe they do so this round. The only problem is that Monkey has now brought out the tour de force, so Jellyfish still got to be careful with their, oh man, discipline, not having the shot baited out. rotation back through their own spawn. They're moving on towards C, and this is the perfect time to move towards C. If they realize it, yes, they do. They're moving on to a completely uncontested point again.
And they're doing it quickly this time. Avian's going for the flank. They only have a Spectre. And the alarm bot's going to go off.
Spike
I don't know
planted.
if you can really win a showdown in this corridor with a Stinger. Yep, it's just the way it works out. Tour de Force now up. Oh, and he's going to get smoked out as well. He has to move to Garage, and this
Last player standing.
Oh!
misses.
Oh, and when there's 4 people posted up, that's a little difficult. Jellyfish take another round.
I would think of old times if you're using a Tour de Force, you know, that's the time to hold C with it.
I agree. I don't know. Who knows? I said L for a moment because I saw Avian did buy an Odin, but I think they didn't have enough money for shields whatsoever if they bought the Odin.
So now with the Jellyfish running away with this
It's down.
6-1,
Guns up. Get deadly.
we'll see if the Eels can find their footing at all.
Suppressing.
Really, you got to think
Point
of it, you know,
suppressed.
if Jellyfish win another round, it's kind of a 2-for-1 deal because they'll force another eco round out. Jellyfish really in the driver's seat, but nice first snipe by Avian. He's going to take advantage of that with the Prowler and be moving up.
No charges.
Ooh, KO has, well, Owen could go in and use ult and rotating all the way back. Yeah, they're going to rotate over towards A despite there not being anyone there. Cruntrap on the flank gets taken down by Dark. Avian did find Kinetic, so 4v3. Jellyfish can still win this. Eels looking posted to take this round in their favor.
Jellyfish caught in a tricky spot. And they're waiting for the reinforcements from their Omen to come through and maybe break up all of the sight lines that
Ooh.
Eels have. They managed to clear out one. They run into
down,
the other,
attacker
drop the
spawn.
spike, but now it is 2-on-2. That is going to manage to be, oh, they got to rush for it, but I think they can get a plant onto B.
Yep, and it looks like we have our Sova going for it.
There we go. So there's your first plant on B, 2 to
Spike
go.
planted.
Just so my goldfish memory doesn't have to try to remember. I'll write it down.
Looks like it's a divide and conquer strategy from the Eels. Make their way up toward courtyard. Reskin doesn't have the crosshair place, but he has to flick over.
It is just Sova left standing. Play for
Oh,
time.
but he's not. Oh, no, he's not looking the right way. It's one apiece.
Happy play for time. Happy play for time. Happy. No, you could have just used Hunter's Fury from the opposite side of that building.
I'm sure I'll have plenty of time to think of that during the next round.
I appreciate you so much.
Man, this was almost. You got to think, you know, maybe if they didn't lose one there, we would have had someone to get another carry another angle on the post plant. At this point, it's just can't think too much of what butterfly effect has transpired, and got to just focus on the next round. Also, we have a Bulldog being brought out
I saw an
from the
Odin.
Eels.
I'm pretty sure I saw an Odin buy finally.
Well, we'll see if that in fact comes to fruition.
Grenade!
You should run.
Killjoy thrown down by defenders. Actually, no, excuse me, that's attackers. That is an attacker Killjoy, and does it get anybody? It doesn't. They're all hiding out in heaven for their next play. Nice gunplay by Avian on this Bulldog.
One enemy
Gets
remaining.
2 with it and is going to get himself a free rifle while he's at it. Should be a defuse. They're just deciding on who they want to give it to. Gonna give it over to the Fade. That's gonna charge up Nightfall for next round.
was then that Dark knew they had made a mistake.
I need this.
I mean, this is pretty impressive by the Eels. They were down 5 rounds. Now they're just 3 off from the pace. Let's head into the next round. Very fast charge up toward doors. Gonna be moving in, and kind of like this, by moving up through garage, they might be able to pinch in these 2 defenders from the Eagles, but Avian takes a good trade in front of Dark. Kinetic is also found in the slowed down by the trademark.
Contract finds Konen. We're now at a 3v4. Eels with the agent advantage. The question is, how long will it last? Avian finds another. Now there's... Never mind. I was going to say they're in a 2-player advantage. Now it's just a 1 as Avian goes down. Reskin, can they find the pick onto Sova? Will Happy go down? Happy's actually going to get out of the hallway here, so they're going to live a little bit longer, but...
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, that was the butt.
No real good opportunities or
30
situations,
seconds left.
scenarios, routes that Happy could take here, because he's so far away from the spike.
I was going to say Spike is down and there's 2 people camping it. I believe we've got a Phantom though, so it's oh, you saw the jiggle peek. Oh, the double blast pack. Oh, Crunchtrap wins the duel.
A whole bunch of shots to the chest. Crunchtrap is able to beat him out on the damage.
Tragedy struck yet again.
Okay, we're back to full purchases for the Eels. Few round wins, and they all of a sudden find themselves in the better eco position. They're not going to have too many rounds to take advantage of it. No, next round will be the last in the half.
I think our pleas have finally been answered. I haven't seen an actual Odin. I saw a fake buy that was unsold.
Oh no! Oh no!
So that was a lot of damage.
Yeah, still a lot of damage done. Probably not as flashy as round 1, but still. They've fallen victim to those paint shells multiple times. You know, I think the news has just gotten worse because those paint shells have now recharged off of those 2 kills Crunchtrap got.
Oh yeah, so Boombutt, I recently found out, in the words of one of my friends,
One enemy remaining.
its upside is a lot lower, but nonetheless, that flank from Redskin was huge. But yeah, so Crunchtrap's Boombot expired very fast.
Last
because
round
it barely
in
has
the
any
half.
uptime anymore.
I'm just going to say you picked a heck of a time to go off on a tangent there,
Yeah.
because that was an insane flank.
I wasn't prepared for it. It's my mistake for not looking at the
I do like how you were so committed to it, though. It's like you didn't get phased. You're like, nice triple there. Anyway, back to the important stuff that I was setting to talk about.
I had to circle back to it. Ooh, Avian. Avian? Okay. What? Oh, you're going to have the both options. I don't know which teammate bought it for you tonight.
Nice flick with the op. Avian starts things off with a double.
Can they get the triple piece?
Where are you?
He's going to try to get a bit more information with the haunt. Tries to do a bit of calculations with the bullets flying through the wall.
Will we get a Crunchtrap, Chalupa, and Nacho Fries?
Well, Showstopper is certainly on the menu. Doesn't pick up anyone. What? Okay.
Kinetic.
I guess you're just baiting out the knives, but
Nowhere
Oh,
to
3
run.
up.
that is one poor chamber if I have ever seen.
Oh.
One enemy remaining.
Oh.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
It might be an op showdown.
Op v op.
Spike is down. Kinetic has to pick it up.
Avian has 45 seconds to rotate through Garage and go to C main.
Moves to pick it up. Call has probably gone out that they're trying to go through C.
Rainbow, I would have picked up that op.
Last player standing.
Kinetic makes quick work of Avian. Might have gotten, no, doesn't even get any shots on Kinetic, so it has to be a clean take by Rainbow, and he does it to tie up the half 6 apiece. 5 rounds, 1 in
Switching
a row.
sides.
whittle down the Jellyfish's lead.
I'll survive a dent or two. Can't say the same for you fragile humans.
Now the question is, can the Jellyfish pull this back in their favor? Or is it going to be very back and forth?
This was I don't know what this chamber was doing there.
I don't
That
either.
was a very lost and scared chamber.
Question everything, Jacob. That is our job from here on out.
At this point, Jellyfish, the real question is how good are they going to be on defense, because they are still at match point. So if they win this, the series will end.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start things off. It looks like Eels want to try a charge onto C-Long. With all the handguns, it's kind of less of a threat of being sniped, unless this KO has picked up a Sheriff, which
Turret
he has.
destroyed.
Oh, Dark hanging out in window just kind of toughs out the paint shells. There's a quick shot, but Avian knows where he is, takes him out, gets revenge. 4 apiece. Spike goes down. Those plant positions now being taken by the Eels. Moving around. He's going to engage Kikkonen. Take him out. 4-3 in favor of the attacking team. Reskin, another pick onto Happy. Jellyfish down to very low health. This Jet is just hanging on, but it's still going to do work. Are you kidding me? With just 6 health, could he
go, Redkin.
possibly take out Monkey?
Let's go,
Who's
Redkin.
taking? Oh, okay.
Dang it.
A win for the Eels. It's going to make the Jellyfish's job a bit harder, but this game started out with a 1-1 split in both pistol rounds, so maybe that can happen again, and we'll go to 7 apiece. That's just a very unfortunate moment. I mean, you have a multiple person advantage against this Jet who's at only 6 health. You should be able to have the coordination to take it one at a time, to not do one at a time.
Should have been the key phrase.
Alrighty.
5 suppressed.
Oh, that is a huge knife. Everyone knows where they are now. And no time to rotate out either.
Do you see the flanks that are coming in right now from the
Uh-huh.
Jellyfish? Oh.
It's just like it's like a Venus flytrap closing in. They fall one at a time. It's going to be a trade 1-for-1. Dark has also taken a lot of damage. Probably took a body shot with this Marshall. But catches! Oh, I thought he would catch Monkey in the reload, but...
One enemy remaining.
Okay, I thought that was probably the perfect flank that was coming through, but Eels still had the gun advantage, so they were able to break through the trap. Jellyfish should now be moving on to their next full purchase.
Yeah, it's definitely like the Jellyfish bit off more than they can chew. Wait, Jellyfish don't have mouths.
No, they don't. I think they're one of those animals like the digestion process happens, you know, with the...
They like absorb the thing into itself and like digest it.
I need
I don't
to
know
blow
how it works when
something
they
up.
don't have mouths.
I am not a marine biologist.
I'm not either. Do we have one in the chat?
I don't know. Shout out to all my marine biologists in the chat.
Hey, one of my friends is. I actually have a friend who's a marine biologist just because she loves dolphins. That's what she did. Is she watching? No, she's busy. She has a life, a husband, and 2 dogs. Unlike me.
Spike planted.
I don't think there's any way I can respond to that, so I'm just going to get back to the gameplay. Eels.
One
Okay, they
enemy
did get a
remaining.
plant on B, so now you're 2 for 3, Nerdy. Problem is that they paid an awful lot to get it. Kinetic is going to take them out. That's going to bring it back to 1 round separating these 2 teams.
All right, that's 2 plants on B. Can I get another? And then no more after that.
No more.
I said 3.
Not 4. Not
Just
2.
3.
This was some great held down by Kikkonen and Kinetic, both making the Vandals work for a double. And at this point, Monkey has had an unfortunate situation in which, you know, he has decent gunplay, but too often he finds himself like in a 4-on-1, 3-on-1 situation.
Or against the Jet.
With the knives, yeah. And when it's Kinetic on the Jet, you do not want to mess with him. He's a 21 on his KDA.
Oh, are we having another B commit? No way. No heckin' way.
Throwing charge.
They're moving in, but Amali's going to be thrown out to try to keep him at bay, and then Smokes as well. Kinetic, though, with a long flank.
Blocking sight.
The
Around-
chamber is right there.
Blocking
Oh,
sight.
tried to block the trademark, but was just a bit off in the smoke, so Chamber is going to get the information on the plant.
All right. All
That
right,
counts.
Flash.
One
Problem
enemy
is,
remaining.
you know, it's a plant, but it's not a successful one.
Too slow.
Okay, look at this.
Ooh.
Okay. Spray and pray, and the
Keep going.
gods are in your favor, but they're only going to be able to dish out a triple for you.
Thank you.
That was pretty good. He finally won the duel against the Jet. She was not successful blocking the trademark and gave herself away. So hats off to you. You finally started to adjust to Kinetic's playstyles. I'm here for it.
Now it's tied 8 apiece. Jellyfish could have this as their breakaway round. They have the ult advantage,
Okay, that was also 3 plants on B.
so as long as no more, you'll have your prediction met. And that's the real victory.
Yes.
That works.
I am often wrong, so let me have this.
Kinetic looked like he might take it. Probably heard a lot of footsteps through sewer. Crunchtrap Supreme is moving slowly, and the smoke has gone out. It's trying to bait out a shot or two,
Is that a shorty?
I think it's a
didn't-
Bucky.
Yeah, it's a Bucky, yep.
Your fault.
and immediately gets taken out via Phantom.
Enemy tank.
I mean, that's a losing duel, really.
Don't know what Avian's trying to do here on B, around the defense, but the plant is not going to go through onto B. Instead, they're moving on to A, and they're down 1. They're going to get smoked off as well. So if the call to rotate needs to go out, it's got to be here.
And it has indeed been made. I think.
Yeah,
Or it's a fake.
problem is, I think Jellyfish are kind of wise to their plan. They still have someone holding down C and one holding down Garage. Dark, with the possible sideline if he does hear any audio cues. Oh, Nerdy, you might be wrong. They might be moving on to the plant. The alarm bot gets triggered. The only way is Dark takes them out before the plant can go through. Oh.
No. Gosh dang it.
Okay, 4 times.
Alright, that's 4 plants on B, but
I'm sorry.
it's fine. I'm just keeping track at this point.
Tango down.
Rainbow with some nice frenzy play.
And gets a free gun out of it.
Jellyfish are very low on health, and thing is, though, one of them's detained, excuse me.
Last player
Defuse is
standing.
going through. Kinetic's going to body block him and take the whole round.
That
I
is
mean,
a get down Mr. President moment.
Rezkin also, because he was detained, he couldn't really get back in time. So by the time he was able to pick up his gun again and actually fight, they had already taken out the other player, so there couldn't be a 2-on-1 scenario. Very unfortunate. Jellyfish now move up to a 9-8 lead.
Can they finish it in 4 rounds? That is the question.
You want to play? Let's play.
Oh my goodness, a lot is being used by the Eels, the Tour de Force, and the Omen Teleport. Omen Teleport might just be for information, but Rainbow with this KO, excuse me, no, it's not Omen, it's the KO who's using his EMP to just clear out point C.
Spike planted.
Gets the spike planted down. Jellyfish still have a shot at this. They have 3, they're only down 1. Kinetic gets blinded out. He's going to wait for that to wear off.
Ooh.
Oh,
nice!
Kinetic!
Spike.
Picks up a double immediately. Oh, the tail wins right into the wall.
That's tragic. Asshole.
Uh,
And we are tied again.
9 apiece. Let's see another replay of everything that transpired. Kinetic was off to a good start. I'm just more surprised that someone's actually using the Minima skin. I rarely see that.
I'm
but
not a fan of the Minima skins. I don't really think they were ever in a battle pass, so that tells me
Placing
that
swarm grenade.
you actually bought them,
Placing
and I
swarm
question
grenade.
why.
Placing alarm bot.
I don't know, maybe it was a killer deal on the night market.
Swarm grenade out.
Maybe.
Okay, we're just gonna, you know, gives a sacrificial 1 point of health over.
Unimportant.
Previously stated, we have many questions that remain unanswered. The answer is Crunchwrap goes down to Kigonin goes down to Rainbow.
Spike down mid.
Now back even 3 apiece.
No. No,
Are you
guys.
gonna be even more inaccurate on your prediction?
Are you just gonna rub it in more?
Well, Dark is gonna make it harder for them to plant, but Rainbow is toughing it out. Moving into the corner.
Ain't no way.
Last player standing.
Ah,
You're not
Kinetic
cool.
is there.
Spike down B.
Yeah, no. Thank you, Jellyfish.
Kinetic is gonna take one last
get
look
these
over
idiots.
all of the carnage that he caused. And there is, I don't know if there's enough for a full purchase here.
Here.
Maybe if Avian buys something, then Avian wouldn't have the gun for themselves. Yeah, they need some time to think about this one. I think this timeout is pretty warranted.
And they only get a minute. Alright, so you know what would really be the deal breaker here for my mental and like my ego, my well-being?
Mm-hmm.
If we have 2 more plants on B site.
If we have 2 more plants, so
Because
that would take
double.
that would take you. So you were right. You got a factor of what
You know
what was the plan,
I'll take that. That makes me feel a little better.
but you didn't quite get the
No,
actual.
right now I'm wrong by 1. But if I'm wrong by double, then it'll one, break my mental a little bit and hurt my ego. But at the same time, I'll be like, I was kind of right. Thanks
You were
to you.
kind of right. You know, in base 5 you were right.
Yes.
You know, but ultimately, you know, you'd have to be right, and there wouldn't be a base where you would be right. Sorry, I'm trying to think of something to save your ego.
I
but
appreciate it. It's in
I
shambles right now.
ultimately came out short.
It's fine. So my only request is either A, stop them from planting at all, or let them get 2 more plants on B site.
We can only hope, but at this point, 1 minute might not just be enough to change it around for the Eels, because the Jellyfish, with Kinetic having the op, I think is a very big liability to the Eagles. I don't know how they're going to overcome that, especially if Kinetic takes an early peek here right through, and they get a view of him with the op, and are immediately going to say nope to A.
Yeah. Don't blame me. Kinetic is just posted. They are undeterred. They saw someone rotate and they're like, nah, they're gonna come back. They have not moved. You can see them on the map. There we go. They're finally moving.
I'm going to say that he just had faith in his teammates to hold down C.
Uh-huh. I mean, they did get a pick.
Make it at 2, so I think that faith was well placed. Crunchwrap Supreme now with Shorty, and not too many options. The Secrets takes him out with this. Oh, Shorty.
No heckin' way.
Last player standing.
Oh, it's going for it. Oh, no. Chicken's out at the last moment. Kinetic is right there
Oh my
with
gosh.
the Shorty. Ooh, boy. And I think at this moment, you know, any sort of mental reset that you might have gotten from that timeout has just been canceled out with a sweep like that.
Yeah. Especially that they're aware now that Kinetic bought the op. That basically shuts down A site. Someone else buys an op, you can shut down C, and that forces B. Now, am I saying that they should do that so it forces double plants onto B, and I can at least have solace in the fact that they didn't just plant 4 times on site B, they planted 6, which is still, you know, a double 3, so it's relatively in the same area. As we have Showstopper come out, looks like they are
Spike down
committing
A.
hard onto A site. Where was Kinetic with the op? The answer is in the shadow realm now.
Here. Mark
Question
2.
is, do they move far enough up to pick up that op, or as a teammate bail Kinetic out? Secrets. Oh my goodness, that is such a split-second flick with the Shorty. I am so surprised he actually managed to do that.
Truly, with how close the arc of that molly, I would have assumed that Avian would know
Last player standing.
that the KO was standing right there, and it just shot through the smoke as opposed to it exiting the
Placing
smoke.
sentry.
Oh, he doesn't check his
One
angles.
enemy remaining.
Oh,
Monkey is
oh,
right
monkey
there.
shot in the reload. Nice. Play for time. Just ping spike. Just have a teammate ping spike. Come on.
Oh,
Oh. You could have played for time. And now Jellyfish found themselves a match point and series point.
Yep, this could all be over. And also aiding them in that fact is that Dark picked
Match
up
point.
the op, so he can hand that back over to Kinetic. And there are 4 ultimates available for the Jellyfish. The only thing that the Eels have, they're immediately going to burn, as Tour de Force is a Hail Mary trying to bring it back.
The real funny thing is that I was playing the other night and someone was like, oh, I shouldn't have popped this before the round started, huh? And I was like, nope. And they're like, yeah, because everyone could see it. And I was like, yep, that's why. And he's like, I made a mistake. And so they kind of knew where our chamber had been playing the entire game, and our chamber was still there with the op. They just pushed the opposite
You
side,
want
and
to
our chamber
play?
was like,
Let's
okay.
play.
Oh, this could clear out C for them, because it's a long sideline now that this chamber can take, and they're slowly moving up. But all of this, Killjoy's utility is placed down. The alarm bot's going to go off, and Kinetic picks up the first with his op.
Still waiting.
At this point, that's going to force a full rotation, but they're might be going into Happy's waiting arms if they don't go. Oh, but if they choose to go here, it's there's no good options.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah,
Spike down.
both
Attacker
routes
spawn.
are immediately
Uh-oh.
shut down.
Uh-oh. Headhunter pulled out. I think all the knives have been expelled. Monkey Mode is realizing they're caught between a rock and a hard place and another rock, basically.
More like an op in a hard place, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, and it's smoked out, so now that Tour de Force can't really be used as well. The knife is going to be thrown out. So Abaddon, is able to successfully flick there. Is going to immediately use his ult.
Retreat.
Gets the
Uh-oh.
spike.
Oh,
Might not.
check your
Oh,
angle.
no.
One enemy remaining.
It's just one left. It's Jellyfish.
It's just dark. It's just dark. Are you going to leave your
Dark.
teammate on the ground?
Oh, he's not checking his angles, and he loses because of that.
Win.
Well, he's checking an angle. He's just checking the wrong angle. Check the right angles.
Wow. I don't know if we can count that as checking your angle, but nonetheless, I digress. If you want the opportunity to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then you should join the club. Esports star players get insider access to industry insights, and with our featured rumbles, recruiters are taking notice as well. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land one of those very nice collegiate scholarships we discussed earlier. So the Jellyfish take down the Eels 2-0, and I think the Achilles heel was checking corners.
Yep, that mostly seemed to be the thing that ultimately lost them the most important round, the one chance they had to maybe keep the round going. They just consistently, they didn't realize that Killjoy was there, and she got 2 free picks basically because they were looking the wrong way.
With that being said, Eels, congratulations, you close out our best of 3 series. But before we close the night out, we're going to do a best of 1 series between the Mammoths and the Lynx. But we'll take a quick break first, so don't go anywhere. We're back here in just a few minutes with the last of our esports Tower Rumble Valorant for the day.
Home is where you hang your hat, snuggle up, hide out. Home is when you're with the ones you love. It isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. At Idaho Central Credit Union, our home is Idaho. We grew up here, and we're proud to help more Idahoans with their home loan than any other financial institution. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe home is where you make it.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by. Here in Idaho, we do things a little differently. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. Next, always use fry sauce. I mean, why wouldn't you? Hold steady when out-of-state friends think you're from Iowa. We call it pop, not soda. We always put a lift on our pickups. And we always buckle up because we still have a lot we want to do, and I'm guessing you do too.
Broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We're broadcasting from the Boise State Esports Arena. The Jellyfish claimed the first series, and will they be matched going into next week? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just
Little
camera just came up and it
shocked?
startled me.
The Jellyfish claimed the first series and will be on match. But the question is, going into the next week, who's going to be on match point? Because I misspoke before we went into break. It's going to be the Mammoths and the Lynx, and this is the first game of the best of 3 series. Will start into next week. So Mammoths can put themselves at match point. Lynx can put themselves at match point. Who's it going to be? I have absolutely no idea. Jem and Artie still here calling all the action for you guys. If you were to make one request, I know I'm not supposed to do this, Doc. I apologize. Of these players, what would it be?
Okay.
This man has a lot of stuff in mind.
You set me up for a question in which there's no right answer I could possibly give. So
Oh,
if
I
we're not
expected shade.
I expected shade?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I will say the last 2 games were interesting because we got to see the coaching debut of Avian and Kinetic. And Kinetic absolutely popped off, still in the duelist role that we know him. Overall, though, if I'm looking at the strategies both teams brought out there in terms of coaching debut, I have a few questions. You know, maybe there's some strategy that we could work out going forward.
Yeah. Maybe it's time to make the call when you're the one in charge of the mics to not go with Odin's. But with that being said, the 2 new captains, perhaps we'll have 2 new ones for the Mammoths and the Lynx this week as well. Could utilize maybe Doc's keys if we add some more about, wall banging and Odin's. But they are for Valorant. Flank effectively, check your angles, count cards, call abilities, and click heads. Score pro advice at esportstower.com, where you can improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched great players and professional coaches to help you rank up.
We're ready to head into Game 3, and the map choice is going to be Fracture this time around.
This is game 1.
Yes. Well, Game 3 of today is what I meant.
Okay.
It's the 3rd game we're seeing today.
Yes, I forgore. I have the brain of a jellyfish. Also, Vitamin Shop is everything a gamer could possibly need. Scan the QR code now to check out their latest deals and all the products they have to offer. Thank you so much, Vitamin Shop.
Fracture, it's taken a few edits, taken a few things away, like the double root on Dish, but overall the edits have made this a lot more of a balanced stage, so a lot of players are starting to warm up to it a little bit.
I still hate it.
Every stage can have their redemption arc.
Yeah. Do I hate it as much as I hate Lotus? No.
Well, I like Lotus. We just won't talk about that. As we're ready to move into this game, pretty standard picks as far as the defending team is concerned. It's going to go with that Breach. But no Breach chosen for the attackers, which is pretty interesting. Also seeing Crunchwrap Supreme make another return. Had a few amazing plays on the Rays last round, but this round is going to be going for the Jet. In terms of the overall loadouts, we also see a Cypher being brought out. I always like to see that. See how well his intimate knowledge of this stage goes into play. Sometimes you just need to know where to place those tripwires to catch the opposing team when they least expect it. In terms of gun choices, everyone is pretty much favoring the Ghost. No one wants to go in all in on the Sheriff to start things out.
This goes here.
It looks
Wait,
That
redo
goes
it.
there.
There we go. Much better.
And here we go. First round, Lynx versus Mammoths. Some early peeks being taken out through A main. Paint shells thrown to start things off. Crunchwrap Supreme dashes past them and eliminates Rainbow. Moonkeeper and Gabe holding up the back line. Eliminate 2 of the attackers. Our defending team managed to get through that first engage with the upper hand. So we have the Lynx on the right, the Mammoths on the left.
Bring them down.
The new face, at least for me, from the esports tower, is going to use the Prowler, not find anybody because they've all backed off. Oh, this is quite the fast rotation coming out.
Question is, how well can Dark hold down tower? He's looking at the wrong angle. Throws down his smokes, now moving back. Fowler greets him right in the face, and he's going to run away from it. But it still catches him. And he takes
Spike
fall
planted.
damage on top of that. Well, you know, it was a nice thought that you'd be able to surprise them.
Yeah.
But ultimately, there were a lot of flaws with that plan.
Okay, you saw where the snare came from. So you know where at least one's at. Are you going to check all your angles, though?
Last player standing.
Yes, you will. So Jake finds one, V Spicy goes down, Mammoths are up, and two speaking out of secrets.
Ultimately is going to win it on the 2 double peak. Mammoths get their first win, and we're off to the races.
That brimstone better stay out of my way.
Let's see what the choices are going to be for the next round. Oh, someone has not spent all their Radianite on that knife. I know that's not fully upgraded.
Wow, you're throwing shade now at people spending money on a free game now?
I'm saying if you're going to commit to the Mage Punk, you have to. He might have actually, though. He is, because it's an alternate color, actually. So I take it back. He does know his style, so I'm saying that's
I'm
good.
going to throw shade for people spending that much money on a free game. But
You
I
know,
can't throw
you-
too much.
Yeah, you know, none of us are above criticism in that regard.
No, because I definitely bought the Hanzo skin, and I definitely bought the Spectrum Phantom when it was official.
Well, some early trades are going to
Weapon
be
here.
bringing back Lynxes into
Cage
a
ready.
one-person lead. It's pretty big for the Lynxes because they.
Kill the rat.
I was going to say that,
Spike
you know,
down,
you'd think
B.
the Mammoths would be able to take advantage of the gun differential, and with that last double, things are back in their favor.
Moonkeeper, I didn't know Breach had a voice line of "killed the rat." That is. I swear the agents throw more shade when they get kills than human beings actually do in most cases in this game.
They aren't phased by the grisly realities of war. They've
No.
got to have their catty remarks already.
Well, depending on which team you're on,
30 seconds
you're
left.
kind of a superhero / celebrity if you're coming from Omega Earth.
Last
So the
player
planters
standing.
are. I can understand having large egos.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my goodness. It's down to just one apiece, but the spike is down, so he's just going to keep a sideline
seconds
on it.
left.
Woo!
Finds
Rainbow.
Be Spicy, and Rainbow gets it.
Spicy wasn't spicy enough. The rainbow overcame.
As we head into the next round, things should get back into the Lynx's favor. As they should have the full purchase, the standard round 3 win to turn things around, bring it 2-1, and then we'll see where the course of this round truly goes. But for the time being, we'll see if the standard pace of the game holds true. Let's start things out by bringing out some paint shells. And it's kind of just a staring contest in A, but meanwhile, I don't know if they realize through Dish, that's where the real charge has gone through. Spicy is there just kind of as a decoy to draw the attention away.
Wrong buddy out.
We'll catch them.
GS Jabe gets a triple with that
Strike down
headhunter
A.
moving in.
One
Crunchwrap
enemy
Supreme
remaining.
on the Vandal is the only thing the Lynxes are going to have going for them because now it's 4-1. Just one left for the Lynxes. V-Spicy just gradually getting pinched in from both sides, and he's oh my goodness.
Bingo.
That was
I mean,
some
you get
rapid
it.
Fire.
You get it, but I'm not pleased with what I saw for that Sheriff play.
No, it was quite ugly.
That was a bit sloppy.
You can do better, Dark.
Well, the Mammoths now have a successful bonus round. Very successful one. That's going to make their econ go crazy.
Yeah, but the issue is that you kind of got to keep bonusing until you lose a round. And that's where I start, my patience dwindles.
I don't know, but they can give up one round here, so might as well keep the gravy train rolling.
And Boombot expires. That's the issue, dropping it back from so far. I'm not sure if our Raze is fully aware of how much that Boombot time nerf impacts its viability.
Bring them down.
Riven throws out Prowler. So pretty heavily smoked out. Plant is going down onto A.
planted.
Dark is holding back, and this is a good choice because he's going to meet the shorty right around, and that head tracking
That
through the midair jump.
was beautiful.
Smoke's down.
There's no stopping this man. He gets another.
Why do so many of the attackers have
Player
marshals?
standing.
Lynx, I have questions.
You'd think you'd be... Well, they full purchase last round, too, because that's the standard full purchase round, so they're on an eco again.
Yeah, I understand. It's just marshals? Everyone with marshals?
It's, you know...
Flawless.
Again, we were talking about the coaching debuts of two of the players. Captains. I have questions.
Yes,
that's all.
for them. All four of them now at this point.
I have a lot of questions. I'm looking forward to the post-game presser because I have a pretty big list that's built up in my
Can we
notebook.
start having post-game press conferences with captains?
It's just us two. Who wants to raise their hand first? I have a question.
Avian?
Yes, Jacob Palmer, Boise State Esports. Thank you.
Can I get a comment?
Why Odin?
Yes.
That's just my question.
Why Odin? And let's count how many times they buy Odin. Not once, not twice, but 12 times. Crunchwrap. Not seen a lot of Crunchwrap on Jet. Interested to see Tailwind's up, checking corners, but checking them really slow. They're going to use Tailwind to try get some range here, damage the generator, and they were not prepared for Dark.
Dark has been doing an amazing job holding down tower. He gets 3 for himself.
Last
Hurting
player
himself again.
standing.
You know, just the ball damage is something we need to keep in mind. Master having a ball on the judge, but that's everyone cleared out for the Lynxes. You
Now
know,
they're just gonna get planted.
you're kind of razzing the Mammoths for just keeping on bonusing, but the thing is now that every great gun that they've gotten now, they've just been picking up from the Lynxes.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I wasn't trying to like fault them or anything. I was saying that's where things start to get a little bit sticky if you're not good about picking up another gun. That's what I failed to mention. Like I totally get it,
Okay.
but like being on perpetual bonus and not grabbing someone else's gun, like when you kill them, if they have a good gun, is eh.
It's the lesson we all learned when we turned 18. It's a lot more fun having other people buy stuff for you than you having to buy stuff yourself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Jacob really hit a nerve just now.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Health insurance is expensive, man.
Yeah.
Get out of my way.
It's maybe you can ask the Mammoths because they have so many credits right now.
Right? Can you spare some schmeckles?
Well, right now, let's see how the Lynxes are doing. The answer is not really that well because they've already been picked off once. Despite them having the ultimate advantage, Crunchwrap Supreme has brought out the knives.
Let's go,
Keep it-
Crunchwrap.
Oh, well, that's... No.
Okay, we've seen a lot of unsuccess.
The knives have not been hidden today, I gotta
They didn't
say.
hit last week either.
We're kind of in a knife
Spike
drought,
down
if you will.
A.
I think
Last
maybe they
player
need some,
standing.
I'm just not even gonna lay into it anymore.
6-0. This is the biggest lead that we have seen so far. Last lead that was kind of evened up was a 5-1. So Lynx is going to need to have the rally of their lifetime. And, you know, I think this also just really shows how I was talking earlier, how some of these changes have made things a bit more bearable for the defending team on Fracture. Because it just used to be, it was just good luck defending on Fracture because there were so many ways. So the fact that the Mammoths have been able to get 6-0 is really good for them.
Now can they get 13-0? Or is it going to go 12 and then we go to the start of the next half and then it gets to 12-11?
Lynx's question is also if this is another full buy for them. And
Spike down.
whoa, Jabe! That is a fast teleport. And this poor Cypher, the remains of what was a horrible, what was a very unfortunate.
Yikes! Your fear!
They are not checking their angles. They are just running around corners.
We really need to add this back into Doc's keys.
Nice. Last player standing.
I mean, it's fitting that half of the stage is a desert because these are some of the driest peaks I have ever seen.
Ooh. Dang! Jacob! That hurt even me!
I mean, you know, Mammoth's at 7-0. Do you want me to sugarcoat this?
No, but holy cow!
Silverton. And another save round for the Lynxes, it looks like.
I mean, do they really have any other choice?
Everything has really gone lopsided for the Mammoths. Maybe this was their comfort stage pick. We'll see if the headshots can land for the Lynxes, because that is what they are going to need with these Sheriffs.
Channel your inner Grim. Sheriff specialist. Ooh, they see.
That was not channeling your inner Grim.
I'll find you.
Target's just sitting there.
Okay, this is good. I like this from Sunny Lee. It's able to pick up Riven, and they're pushing a lot of pressure onto Dark. They might actually be able to pinch him in from both sides. He runs through the molly. That's great for the Lynxes. This could be the start of their comeback. They're having to face off against an op, however, from the Mammoths.
3v5. This is the first real time we've seen the Mammoths at this much of a deficit, but Master's going to find Jabe. Now we're at a 2v5 for the Mammoths. Waiting patiently. This was an interesting long rotation coming out from the Cypher, and I'm here for it.
Very slow play by the
standing.
Cypher, but it works out. He's doing the long flank, and now Moonkeeper, yeah, he's distracted, so Secrets takes him out. It's a thrifty for the Lynxes.
Let us use our sight.
But it also shows that how lopsided this round has been in the Mammoths so far, because this next round, round 9, is going to be the first one where they buy for themselves instead of just picking up the dropped guns.
by any means right now.
Instead of just picking up the dropped guns from the Lynxes.
And I think they're gonna wait. Okay, for a moment I thought we were looking at the Mammoths POV. I was like, why are you buying a Marshall when you could just buy literally any gun you wanted? Oh, we got an operator coming out from the Lynxes for a round buy when they just got off of saving is kind of interesting.
It's not on the Jet either. It's Cypher holding it, so maybe he's extra comfortable. as soon as I note that why is Cypher holding the op, he goes, question.
That was me.
Oh, that was you. That was a good impression. I thought that was a voice line from the Cypher. I thought for sure.
Spike planted.
All right, Spike is down, and they haven't spent anyone to get it, so good start. There goes the Nightfall. It's going to take a whole lot of the Mammoths.
Ooh.
They trade one apiece. Molly.
Yikes.
Player standing.
Oh my goodness, what is happening, Mammoths?
I think their egos got the best of them.
Complacency can be your worst. The worst thing that can ever happen to you in these sorts of games is complacency. And that was a whole Nightfall spent. You trade one piece, but that was very well played also by the Lynxes, having that double
Yes, this should do.
having that double peaked. They were able to guarantee that at worst there was going to be a 1-1 trade. So now the Mammoths having their savings chipped away little by little. Raze is now going to... Oh. Yeah, that Raze, I think they saw that they were going to have to defend 2-on-1 for Dish, so they're going to give that up, move back to where Breach is. Plant is going to go out onto A. And I believe this is the first time we've actually seen a Plant successfully go through on A.
It's taken some time.
Dark, back in true form, getting the pick on the
I
Crunchwrap.
found my wire.
Problem is, they got to throw some utility out around this corner. They cannot dry peek this. There's an op there. Oh,
Cage trigger.
just get away with it. Double from Secrets. Keeper answers it back to 3
One enemy
apiece.
remaining.
Also, this Breach taking out Master. Spicy is the next one to fall. And it's going to be 8-2 now. Mammoths find a win back.
Ruben with the defuse. Yeah. But they did lose too, so their savings aren't looking as nice as they were
Oh,
earlier.
but they pick up the op, so that's definitely going to help their savings.
Jabe is like, it's my turn now. Question is, where's Jabe gonna post up? I think most likely going on A site would be best. Yeah, going to A tower maybe. Or starting A main with a teleport and then going tower or holding.
That's a good spot.
Yep, here we go.
5 seconds left, and it's going to take a forward peek. We'll see if he manages to pick up one immediately. There! Oh!
What a whiff! The whiff, and you've revealed yourself. No one. Oh, they missed. Jabe, come on, bro.
Okay,
The cage is even in the wrong spot.
third time's the charm on the op.
Third time's the charm that he ain't gonna get. I think the Cypher's just waiting to see if Jabe pushes up. Because he's hiding. You can see him hiding.
Oh,
around
he's going to
boxes.
get some help, though, from his Brim teammate. Maybe try to drive.
Master, don't move.
Dark's going to move.
Give me a corpse.
Oh, no! What are you doing?
He's starting his ult.
But I mean, that makes it doubly bad, because now you've given the Cypher the perfect opportunity to use the ult.
Yep.
Check
Down
your
B.
angles!
The bald man is about to come out.
You didn't check your angles, and now the bald man has come out. Are you happy with yourself? Are you happy with your life decisions?
In a 2v2 situation, we have both the two very intel-heavy ultimates online, but one of them does a lot of noise suppression. It kind of freaked me out
I
the first
know
time I ever
exactly.
experienced it. Yep, there it is. Bald man is unleashed. Good job. This is what you get, Mammoths.
I'm going to have a wide open point A to plant. I cannot believe what I saw there. That is just, and you gave him enough time. You gave him so much time he could even knife you, is the thing.
Yep.
That's how unaware you were of that one. Especially since the Opper, Jabe, should have seen that and called it out to the other player. That's where he saw him retreat to. That's why you call out locations. He's to the left, behind the corner.
Check your left. Check your left. You mean my right?
One enemy remaining.
He's literally polling
I knew
a
you
Patrick
were
Star. You know, he's literally, check east? I thought you said
Last
east.
round in the half.
I have so many questions. What compass are you using? It's just, you're fired again. What? I don't want to see it again.
Yo, angles. I know that. See, this is what makes me think. I know none of y'all check the broadcast VOD. I understand only watching your own VOD, but how many times are we gonna cry about, checking your angles before someone notices?
Hey, that just gives me more of an excuse to let loose, because it's like,
I know you're not checking, so I'm gonna keep drilling at home. With that being said, I think we're having a quick timeout. Maybe Coach Walter is telling him check your
storm
angles.
into that room. Listen, we need to have a talk.
Grounded.
Rainbow is going to be doing some spraying with the Ares, taking out Crunchwrap, but it's traded back with pick onto Moonkeeper. This is the last round in the first half. Mammoths have a chance to bring this to 9-3.
Bomb buddy out.
Here,
Sunny Lee picks off Riven.
cage triggered.
He ascended that rope quite quickly, so someone's probably... I don't know if the Brim hurt him. No,
Planted
Brim.
the spike.
Don't, Brim. Brim. Well, you got one. Nice job, Dark.
I mean, I like the thought because they were trying to make
your
sure that they could guarantee a double peak.
Last player standing.
Be spicy. It looks like the Lynx are in good position to bring this to 8-4. There's just Rainbow left. Picks up one on the point. And this is the way to do it if they... Oh, whoa, run!
Oh,
Okay.
Rainbow.
Satchel out.
That just might be enough also to just... Oh, well, you know. Yeah, that orbital strike was probably
Switching
just enough to
sides.
stall it out on time alone.
Yeah.
Good half. Good half. Good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
Gosh, I can't. There's so much shade and sass. I'm here for it, though. Now, the question is, Mammoths, are we going to clean it up? Are you going to give 5 back-to-back wins? Or are the Lynx going to pull 4 out of the hat now? And it's going to send us into an 8-8 tie. We'll have to wait and see. Mammoths now on attack. Best of luck. Don't mess it up, kids. I can say kids. They're kids.
Just like you said, the sass is out today.
I've been doing a lot of homework.
That is true. We're both very jaded people
Yes.
right now.
Blood sugar
We've
is
been
low.
the blood sugar is low. We've been talking about health insurance. It's like we are the social niceties have been whittled down to the minimum.
I've not been blessed by sleep, and I've seen a lot of really mundane and easily correctable mistakes.
I do like that one-way smoke. That is very well placed by Master. Unfortunately, he's not able to make anything of it, but that's a nice placed smoke.
Suni, are you fighting
Spike
demons?
planted.
He seems to think someone's behind this door. Nope, doesn't even pick up the breach.
Find you. Still waiting.
For a moment, I thought Secrets was from the enemy team. I was really concerned for a moment.
Molly thrown out. It's now down to 2 apiece, and
Last
Mammoths
player
are
standing.
low on health. This Grim is, especially also this Fate from the Lynx's last chance, and they're going to win it for attacking 9-4.
All right, now we go into bonusing. Let's see. Will the Mammoths keep up with what they did in the first half?
Yeah, I feel like we've been in this situation beforehand.
Almost definitely. Well, sorry, first buy round here now for the Mammoths. Will they manage to win it and then go into the third of their bonus and just pick up someone else's weapon?
I do hope they're actually pretty aggressive with their purchases here on round 2, because they set up a nice chance for them bonus round. They already know that they can win a bonus round pretty easily against the Lynxes, so they win here just on the gun differential. They go up to double digits. Secret's gonna get stunned. Can't really hold down tower from that. They're closing in. Jade gets the first pick.
Oh, bye-bye.
Now 4-3. Mammoths have managed to claim tower and going to use that sideline to give Riven protection for planting.
Spike
Coming
planted.
with the shorty. It's a moment away too quickly. Going up again after the reload.
Oh,
Why would you stand there?
Last player standing.
Sunny Lee is the last hope with one classic, and it's not going to be a well-placed hope, unfortunately. Mammoths now move into bonus round with 3 of the guns from the second, so not too bad of a job. Also not the worst for the Lynxes either. I mean, when you're this down low on guns, sometimes a double frag, just putting that much of a dent in the other team's econ is all you need. So now we move on to, this is going to be round 15. Mammoths 3 away from winning this.
That's Jacob coming in with your hopes and dreams. Wait, hold up.
What are you seeing?
Just the vibe from the Mammoths looked a little weird. Granted, I know we lost 2 players, but I wasn't... They are running it in!
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Chamber, top of the mini-map to see what's going on. Chamber and KO, they're about to duel. Oh, KO looked away, Chamber looked away. Oh, they're about to meet. They're meeting. Their fire exchange, there is. And off of our main screen here, we do lose Jabe. We have Riven find Crunch Traps. Be Spicy is going to pick up 2. So Lynx up by 1 agent because of that duel with the Chamber and the
Spike planted.
You were on such a nice, you had such a nice rhythm. You were back into it, and then everything just derailed.
One enemy remaining.
firing directly to the right of someone in the smoke. And I'm like, you're not getting anything in that one.
Last player standing.
A little to the left or right.
Be Spicy, 1 shot to the head. That's going to do it for the Lynxes. So again, you know, considering gun differential, that's not the worst showing from the Mammoths either. They almost managed to win their bonus round, which is sometimes all you can ask for.
Yeah, but they gotta win 3 more rounds. The question is, can they, will they, won't they? I don't know at this point.
Well, they might have a shot if a Bucky is one of the guns that the Lynxes are having to settle on. We did see one of those is hovered over as the options. Crunchwrap Supreme is also buying a Frenzy, so this might just be, I mean, yeah, because even though it's a victory, I mean, almost all of them got taken out. So they're not able to rest on those rifles that they bought that last round. So, you know, it's technically a loss for that last round, but when you look at the whole picture, it's one of the best losses you could have had.
That is the most look on the bright side comment I think you've made this entire broadcast.
It is the only actually positive outlook comment I've given this broadcast. But it is true. I mean, you messed up their eco a lot by getting 4 picks in that bonus round.
Good job. I'm proud of you. It takes a lot to really, after the interesting experiences we've witnessed today, to be able to give someone that much hope. I, on the other hand, I'm going to say all of you messed up.
You're like the opposite of that encouraging parent. You know, the encouraging parent that goes, "You're all winners." Like, Nerdy is just the opposite of that.
Yeah, that's a participation trophy.
Oh.
Riven, Suni Lee, off screen, took the duel. Riven ended up winning. Crunchwrap took a peek into a firing squad. And Lynxes, before they even get to sight, they did get the plant, but they're already down 2. There's 3 left standing, and they are being pinched.
Master finds himself caught in the smoke again, and this time he doesn't have an idea of where anyone is. The smoke falls. Jabe takes him out. Now just 2 left. I want to tell, man, both of them are holding classics too, so I don't. This doesn't look good.
Oh, that Molly's gonna push back. That poor Fade. This is literally just play for time. There is no need for our now defending team to do anything. They can just sit there. All 5 of them are alive. All 5 of them. Well, the one thing that I will say, they don't have weapons. So.
And so it's not even worth trying to get the pick for them, and the fact that you can pick something up. Just take the win.
I think Secret's just going to try to run in and pick up 1 gun. Nope, they realized the body was too far.
Now the Mammoths getting very close to match point. Full purchases out. Secret still. He still doesn't have enough to get a gun. He's still on the Bucky.
At least buy a Stinger. Oh, wait, no. Secrets lived, so they couldn't buy anything. Ripperoni pepperoni, my friend. All right, Mammoths are 2 rounds away from clutching this victory. Can they? Let's find out. Crunchwrap taking a strong peek here from A main. Sees 2 heads go by, doesn't click a single one, activates Tailwind, is ready to go. Let's see, there's now 3 fired up.
Oh.
Flash and Body Shot Bandit comes in clutch and they take down Dark.
I thought Crunchwrap might fall there. Might have gotten the problem of aiming in between everybody, but managed to get his 1 Tailwind out. Mammoths have 2 split between both of the points. Right now, B is kind of the better option for them. That's a nice rotation over toward tower. So now that they've claimed that.
Face your fear! Still waiting.
And throughout the nightfall, it hits 2. It's going to give them a huge idea of where everyone is that was initially holding down B. They're going to use all that util to now try to go charging through, but the spike holder gets hit with the classic, no less.
Takers.
30 seconds left.
Standing. Oh, yeah, there you go. Good job, Secrets. You finally no longer have a Bucky.
Master, this is a little... Oh, he gets hit with the haunt.
Why didn't you look at the clouds?
It's ready.
Spike planted.
You deserve to lose this round, Mammoths. You had a tracker on him.
Boo! I'm sorry. Just-
Come on! You used the util. It told you an audio cue. Then it gave you a line.
Weapon here.
We're gonna see a replay of that fumble. Now there's Dark getting the kill. Your Secret's getting a kill. And then there's the mistake.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow.
That was just tragic.
All right, let's pick ourselves up from whatever the heck happened last round and see if we can't move on.
Thank you, Jabe, getting an intro pick onto Crunchwrap.
Launching smoke.
Nevis look to be turning things around.
Trying to free fire. Smokes are gone down. Put a force back, Be Spicy. Do you think Be Spicy has Orbital Strike? Trying to figure out if they want to just use it. Just use it. Come on. They're all literally stacked up. Use it. Use it, use it, use it, use it. Nope, they got the plant. Joke's on you. You messed up. You let them plant. You could have used it. Just saying.
Said with no malice whatsoever.
Nope.
Lynx is now down to just 2. Mammoths can take all their post-plant positions. V-Spicy might be off to something, however.
Last player standing.
Gets the first. He's going to have to go 4-on-1. Peeks around. Doesn't have any utility he can use, so I'm not going to razz him here because his only option are dry peaks. He might just... he can't even save at this point. Yeah, Jabe takes him out. We are at match point for the Mammoths.
Match point.
All members of the Lynxes with Ults Online. Mammoths have 3. Question.
There are a whole lot of...
Are we saving them for Valorant 2?
I don't know. Are they being moved over to a battle pass system now?
Where are they?
You can earn your ultimates on a battle pass.
Start the game with 1 ult point already in your favor when you buy Valorant 2 Battle Pass.
Honestly, that sounds like such an awful idea. I think they do it. All right, Mammoths, can we close this out right here, right now? A whole lot of ultimates being used as well as the Haunt. Jabe is able to take out Master.
We found one.
Up 4-2.
Lynx have 2 left standing.
Last player
Spicy
standing.
goes down. Now it is just Secrets, the one that we saw
Spike
goof
planted.
up earlier with their Haunt. And they go down.
Attackers
Not going to
win.
bring it back with a shorty at 4-1. That's going to do it for this game.
Yes, and that's actually, I believe, the last one of the day. And with that being said, if you want an opportunity to be seen by expert college recruiters, get sassed out by Jem and Artie, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then join the club. Esports Tower members get insider access with their industry insights with their featured Rumbles. Recruiters are taking notice as well. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. All right, we have one last thing to do.
Player of the game.
Yes, a mind vote's going to Crunchwrap.
Okay. I can see that. You know, there's... Man, yeah, you know, when I'm thinking about it, that initial Paint shells
No, it's just-
at the beginning. That's sort of that's just the thing that wins hearts and minds, and you
Exactly.
can't change your opinion afterwards.
Now the question is if broadcast, if production agrees with us or not, because I can totally understand why they wouldn't. We're just giving suggestions at the end of the day. We aren't the end-all, be-all decision makers.
If you were going purely off of like KDA, then it would probably be Kinetic.
Yeah, Kinetic, Reskin, Avian, all them, they did great as well, but flashy plays, I gotta get, well, there was also a lot of mistakes. But nonetheless, Crunchwrap, I'm gonna give you my vote. Let's see who the player of the game is. And it looks like it is Avian. The Esports Tower player of the game is brought to you by Esports Tower. Want to hone your skills and prove you have what it takes to play at the next level? Head over to esportstower.com and sign up to be part of the action. Avian is the Esports Tower player of the game. We can see here where they went. They got the operator in lockdown mid on B for Haven. Not really something you normally see. Avian going with the Odin v Odin aggression on Sovas. And then picks up one. They're going to get another right there after using that recon dart to their advantage. Did a fabulous job while playing for the Eels. They also swapped over and played for the Jellyfish thereafter. That being said, congratulations, Avian. You are the Esports Tower player of the game.
I do have to say, even though it was on the losing team, I think that Cypher had the time of his life in that last game because he got 2 knives, not just 1, but 2.
Yeah, that was dirty, and I'm here for it. That definitely made my day a
Maybe
little
he
better.
should be the player of the game, to be honest,
With that being said, as we prepare to close out the Esports Tower broadcast, do you have any closing thoughts, takeaways, remarks, shade and sass?
No, I think these teams did a wonderful job, and I can't wait to see more from them.
Okay. Check your corners. That is my takeaway. All right, congratulations to the Jellyfish on a fantastic series and winning over the Eels. The Mammoths head into next week at match point against the Lynx. Make sure you tune in next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for more fantastic Valorant action. We'll close out today with the top 5 plays of the game presented to you by Esports Tower. If you want to improve your game and take your skills to the next level, sign up now for the Esports Tower League. Join our free starter club for Rika League and start improving your skills today. Head over to esportstower.com. From all of us here at Boise State University, thank you so much. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Theoretically speaking.
Oh, the Odin clutch.
Avian, let's go. Show me what you got. Oven v Odin. Sova v Sova. Oh,
One enemy remaining.
sorry, Secret.
There
They're
you
not
go.
gonna get the defuse, and that spike is very. Oh wait, never mind. Yeah, Jellyfish are all dead. There ain't no way they're defusing that.
Big plan. So that's a big improvement for them. Try a wall bang, or in this case, a floor bang, but there's no one down there. There is the Omen down there, but he's at an angle they can't reach him. They have to swing around and take him out like that. He is hanging on the other end of the main door. Is going to throw down the smoke just to maybe retreat and move up with his team. The problem is that the time he did that, Dart came back with a triple flank from behind. We won't see it again for a long time, but oh my! That's a jump scare if there ever was one. Monkey going at it with a double, but it's going to be kept at bay. Killjoy doing Killjoy things, just stalling out this spike and not enough recharge. 2 kills Crunchwrap got.
Well, yeah, so Moonbutt, I recently found out, working with my friend Jack Ward, its upside is a lot lower, but nonetheless, that point